Hello everybody, today we're doing a video for GTA Car Kits in a 2016 Maserati Ghibli, and today we're going to show you how to install our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto kit. As you can see, it's already installed into this car. It's been paired to iPhone wirelessly. You can also pair it to your Android phone wirelessly. The entire system can be controlled with the original touchscreen controls or this knob on the right side. This is our version 2 of the product. We already filmed this car before, but now this is the improved product. As you can see, the resolution looks way better. All the icons are proportionate. Now with the version 2 of the product, you don't need to install a microphone like we did before. And the system uses original Bluetooth for sound, so the sound quality is way better. You're able to easily switch back to the original Maserati system by pressing and holding this button in the steering wheel. So here everything stays as before, so you don't lose any functionality from the original system. And now we're going to show you how to install it in this particular car. So the tools you're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver. This is our hook tool. This is our panel removal tool. And this is a 3mm Allen key. And of course, you're going to need our product. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this bezel around the screen. So we're going to use our panel removal tool. And we're going to get one of the corners, lower corners here, carefully. And we're going to pop it up. There are clips on the side that hold it, but there's also clips on the top. So once you get about this much out, we're going to leave it in, and then we're going to unclip it later. Because if we're going to try to unclip it right now, there's a very big chance that we might break the two clips on top of here. So at this point, we're going to lift it up, and then we're going to look underneath, and we're going to see that on each side there are two Phillips screw bolts. There's one, two, same on the other side. If I'm going to lift it up, you're going to see 1 and 2. At this point, with this bezel up like that, we're able to use our Phillips screwdriver, get from the side here, and we're going to carefully remove both bolts on each side, so 4 bolts total. What might help you get the bolts out, we can use a magnet, because we don't want to drop these bolts. So once I loosen the bolts, I can take them out with my magnet. Again, with using our panel removal tool, now we're going to remove the entire trim piece, including the vents, and it's all going to come out together. So we're going to start from the lower corner, work our way around. There are more clips on the top here. And this entire thing will come out. So there are some things you need to disconnect on the sides. These connections on the side of the vents. And disconnect the connection here. Over here you see that this red cable already disconnected. That's from the volume knob. So now we're going to do it on this side here. First, we'll disconnect this selector knob. We're just going to pull. And then on the side here, same thing. On the side of the vent, we're going to disconnect the connection here. And now the entire assembly comes out. So once you flip it over, you're going to see that these metal clips, they stayed with our entire panel, which is not correct. So for us to assemble it back, these things have to go back in here into the dashboard of the car. So we're going to transfer that over, and we're also going to unclip these two clips that we couldn't remove initially. So over here, this is the first clip I pressed on it, and this is the second. So now we're able to separate the bezel from the vents. So these metal clips, we're just going to reinsert them back into the dash. There's one here in the corner also. So again, with using our Phillips screwdriver, we'll have to remove some bolts. So there are 4 bolts that hold the screen in place. So we're going to remove those. And there are 2 bolts here that hold the head unit in place. So we're going to remove all of these 6 bolts right now. So there are 2 more bolts that we need to remove, and they're on passenger and driver side. So we'll start with the passenger side. We're going to use our panel removal tool here. Going to get here on the side and unclip this panel, drop it, and over here you're going to see that's the Phillips screw, so that's the one we need to remove. Same thing on the driver's side. And over here you're gonna see that same Phillips screw. So the last thing that we need to remove is this shift knob, because if we don't remove it, then we can't slide the head unit out. Best to do it from the corner here. We're gonna get, and we're gonna pop off this cover here, and underneath the cover you're gonna see that 3mm Allen key, and we're gonna use our Allen key, and we're gonna remove that screw right in the middle. So that bolt or the screw, it's very long, so take your time. This is it. So now you can just lift up the shift knob and remove it. So now we're going to show you everything that comes in our kit. So you have your main user manual. This is our main module that's going to do all of the work. Then we have our wiring harness that we're going to plug in at the back of the head unit and into our module. This is our video cables. We have our wireless antenna. And the last thing, this is our USB cable, which is used for updates, and it's also used for wired CarPlay and wired AndroidAuto. So now we're ready to slide the head unit out, and we're over here, don't want to scratch any of the dashboard, so we're going to use a microfiber cloth here to put underneath. And now we're going to grab the head unit and carefully slide it out. We're going to maneuver these two wires around, and we're going to look at the back here. So at the back of the head unit, we're going to be connecting over here to the main harness, and also underneath it there's that video cable. So these are the two areas where we're going to disconnect the original ones and plug in the components that came from our kit. So we'll first disconnect the main harness. It has a clip over here on top. You press it and disconnect it. And then underneath, we're also going to disconnect this video cable. So it has a clip on top. You can use our tool here to press on it. So this is the video cable that comes with our kit. So on one side you have the double end, and then on the other side you have a male and a female. So these will be at the back of the head unit, and this double end will go to our module. So make sure to do it in the correct orientation. So we're going to take the original video cable and plug it in to the female end of our cable, and then our male will go and we'll plug it in to the back of the head unit. So these are the main harnesses that come with our kit. So these two ends will be at the module, but these, a male and a female, will be at the back of the head unit. So the original one will plug into the female end of ours, and then the male end we will plug into the back of the head unit. So now we end up with these wires. So these are the harness wires. This is our video cable. And what we're going to do is we're going to run them behind the head unit and up behind the screen. So we're actually going to remove the screen and put it to the side here. We're not going to disconnect anything from the screen. Our main goal is for the wires to end up here, because this is where we're going to hide our module. And we need all of the space for the wires to go through, so the head unit can go back into its original position. So as you see, I'm going to reach back there. First, I'm going to grab the video wire and pull the wire through here. Now we'll do the same with the harness. I'm going to push it all the way through and behind the frame there. Bring it around here. So we're also going to route our USB cable. So a good area for it to be hidden is around here in the passenger footwell compartment. So we're going to use the opportunity that we already opened up these side panels. So now we can use that in order to feed the USB cable behind the dashboard here. And same thing, I'm going to reach behind the frame of the stereo. I'm going to catch the USB cable around and bring it also behind the original screen. So now we're going to start doing all the connections into our module. So we have our main harness here that we're going to plug in first, then the one right beside it. This is our video cables. Over here on top, this is where we're going to connect our USB cable. And we also have to connect our wireless antenna. Now at this point, we can start to carefully put the module in, and we're going to hide it here behind the screen. So over here, This is a good resting spot on top of the radio frame for this module. You can also use double-sided tape to stick it on to the surface so it doesn't move around. Carefully arrange all the wires so they're not in the way. And also the wireless antenna we're gonna mount right here. Also, there's a good spot for it. It's flat and it will stay there. So make sure to remove any dust that you might have. That will go here. Once you mounted everything, at that point, you can carefully start putting the original screen back into its original position. So now we're going to carefully start putting the head unit back, but before we do that, we have to feed these two red little wires to the sides where the vents are. So we're going to feed them right here. This is one side. I'm going to do the other side. And now carefully slide the lower head unit back into its original position. At this point, we will reinstall all the bolts that hold the head unit in place and the screen. So there are 6 bolts in total. Now we'll reinstall the vents, so don't forget to reconnect the connections on the side here for the vents. And then when you're putting the vents back, make sure not to forget the little red wires on the passenger side. Same thing. Carefully line up the vents. So now we need to reconnect this bezel, and so there are these 2 connections here. So when you're connecting it, make sure that you put them in correctly. As you see, they have this small little guide clips, and they have to line up with openings right here on the actual connector. So they can only go in one way, but these connections are very delicate. You don't want to jam it the wrong way. So make sure that this piece that sticks out has a corresponding opening for you to plug it into. This is one side. The other side. And now we're going to carefully leave the bezel right here without plugging it in, because now we're going to test everything. The original system needs to turn on. You have to see everything like it was before. And now we're going to connect our phone by the wire just for testing. Later we're going to connect it wirelessly. So as you see, the system switches, and now you see CarPlay on the screen. So you're going to test everything to make sure that this knob works to control everything. For sound, you gotta make sure that this same phone is connected to the Bluetooth of the car, and the source for sound right now should be set as Bluetooth. So everything works here. And if you want to go back to the original system, we're gonna press and hold this button right here on the steering wheel. That's how you navigate between the 2 systems. So this is the original. So we'll reinstall the 4 bolts that hold our vents in place. Now carefully line up the bezel, and we're going to push it forward to lock it into its original clips. And the last 2 bolts here are on the sides. So this is the one on the passenger side, and this is the one on the driver's side. We can now take our covers here. So first, line up the top edge and then clip it in. Same here on the passenger side. And don't forget that you're just going to leave a little edge of the USB cable sticking out here. For the shift knob, just lower it down all the way and make that opening so you can insert the original bolt. And then lock the cover. So the installation has been completed. We paired the iPhone wirelessly to the system. So now you can enjoy Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in your Maserati Ghibli. I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time.